Stop. Pump the brakes, India Arie. All right, so before I get into India Arie, let me give you a quick recap. As you guys know, they've been trying to cancel Joe Rogan because Joe Rogan, he has a different opinion. We all know by now that if you don't go along with the regime, the agenda, the narrative that is constantly being pushed down our throat, somehow you're pushing misinformation. So Joe Rogan, he has all these different guests on his podcast show, different guests that are obviously opposed to what the Dr. Dolittle guy has been saying in a nutshell. So they've been calling for action. And you got all these social justice warriors. You got all these liberals, woke, white liberals, black liberals, everybody, liberals, just calling to action, trying to do everything they can to cancel Joe Rogan. One of them is Neil Young. And it's like, Neil Young, man, you want to pull your music off of Spotify. What, you got baby boomers and people that listen to you? Isn't this the same guy that he partied with the Woodstock and it was all about peace and fight for our freedoms, but he didn't went straight regime, 360, Marxists, take everybody's rights, who cares, cancel them, take them off of Spotify, cancel his whole show. This is that Neil Young that I'm talking about. So the feud all starts with Joe Rogan and his show. You got Neil Young calling for action, and now we have the social justice warriors coming out. So after they couldn't cancel him for just his podcast and whatnot, they seen that Spotify wasn't budging. They weren't going to budge whatsoever in trying to cancel him. Now the social justice warriors have moved out with other Trump cards. And what they normally do, they try to do smear campaigns and paint this picture as somebody's being racist or there's some type of disparity and blah, 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 blah. More coveting. We got India Arie comes out the woodworks. So I want to play a video that she posted on her stories. I captured it because I knew that the stories, they'll disappear in 24 hours, but I knew I was going to be ripping her a new one. We got India Arie joining the crew of canceling people while claiming that she is for First Amendment rights, freedom of speech, and also she has the freedom of speech to say what she wants. But yet she's playing into the cancel culture, which is a destructive behavior. It's very destructive in our society, and I'm not somebody that is for cancel culture. Although by the end of this video, I will explain to you why it is still necessary for us to play into or use it at our advantage when it presents itself, cancel culture. So she goes further on. So she's basically now having a call to action to want to cancel Joe Rogan. So I'm going to play her take because I want you guys to hear it. And then I'm going to go into it.
Hey, y'all. I want to leave a short message here about why I decided to ask my music be pulled off of Spotify. So check this out. I empathize with the people who are leaving for the COVID disinformation reasons, and I think that they should. I also think that Joe Rogan has the right to say what he wants to say. I also think that I have the right to say what I want to say. So as an artist who builds, Spotify is built on the back of the music streaming. So they take this money that's built from streaming and they pay this guy $100 million, but they pay us 0.003% of a penny.
Hold on, pause. Because see, most black folks, they raised in the church. And I'm not no expert of the Bible. I'm not a Bible thumper. In no way am I trying to take y'all to church and start trying to quote scriptures out of the Bible. I'm an average person that has a relationship with God, and I got many things that I got to repent on. Am I a theologian? Am I a historian of the Bible, a pastor, a preacher? No, and that is apparent. But I know black folks is raised in the church. And I know in that Bible, it says, thou shalt not covet. There is a lot of coveting going on in this country from groups of people in this country. And what you just heard was full display of somebody coveting. She is complaining. First, she says she's all for freedom of speech, that Joe Rogan has every right of his freedom of speech, so as she does. And respectfully, I agree. But yet she also aids the cancel culture, as I said earlier, which is the culture of taking away people's rights indirectly. However you want to look at it. I mean, it is what it is. But now she's complaining about the company and how the company uses its dollars from how it's the company's built off of streaming music and things like that. And she's complaining about the company and how it uses its dollars from music and how it invests in other things. That's coveting. To me, it sounds like she's upset about or hating on Joe Rogan's business deal with Spotify. And I'm going to get into it even more because what's baffling to me, while she's complaining about how musicians or people that make music make a small fraction, but then they want to invest towards people like Joe Rogan, which she doesn't agree with Joe Rogan's stance on things. Obviously, she's going to get mad and wants to boycott cancel culture, right? Which infringes on, it's almost like a call of action, another way of canceling Spotify, which is a private company. They have a right to do whatever they want, right? This is the argument from the left. Every time we on the right, we get shadow banned, disabled. We lose our pages on social media. We get demonetized. They say this is a private company, right? The company can do what they want, right? But yet here we are. We got her coveting, complaining about what someone else was able to work hard for. Joe Rogan's merits, qualifications, and the fact that he is literally #1 in the world. I think it's 11 million downloads a day. I'll digress. I'll get into it. Let's keep going.
Just take me off. I don't want to generate money that pays this. Just take me off.
To get off.
That's where I'm at. And I know that I'm actually, to be honest with you, surprised that my statements were picked up because I thought people weren't really going to listen to me because that's what I'm
People ain't listening to you because you're irrelevant. Like, I was a fan of your music. I think it was the late 90s, early 2000s. You had a couple good soulful music. You always been on that pro-black stuff, but you had some good music. And the reason why you felt like nobody might not listen to you is because you're irrelevant. You haven't made any no music. I'll digress.
I'm used to from the industry, but I'm glad that I am being heard. And for that reason, I want to clarify my statements. Again, this is why. Watch this.
So right now, I pause it. So what she's getting ready to show you is the new call of action on how we're going to go about trying to cancel Joe Rogan now. Okay, I see we weren't able to get him for his freedom of speech that she claims she supports on his podcast and the different interviews and the fact that he doesn't think like me. So our next call of action to try to get him canceled is we're going to make this about race. We're going to bring in the Black Lives Matter. We're going to bring in the social justice warriors, the Al Sharptons, the Sean Kings, and the King Queen Jameses of the world. So she's going to take on a Colin Kaepernick stance now on Spotify. So that's what they're getting ready to show.
Word nigger. That's our nigger. About niggers. He says nigger. Guy a nigger. And then niggers start saying nigger. Allowed to use the word nigger. Out the word nigger. See nigger. Word nigger. And he couldn't say nigger. Else nigger.
So basically, it was a compilation of a bunch of combined different videos or interviews that he had did probably like 12 years ago, completely taken out of context, no substance, no context whatsoever. Just the snippets that will create an emotional reaction in people. We know who those people are. The same people that Jay-Z claims that the people took back the power of the word for themselves, so now it's powerless. The same people that make it as if the word has no power over them, the same people that use the word in their, what I am coined to saying, their suicidal poetry on a good beat, their hip-hop, rap, destructive culture music. They perpetuate, they call themselves that, it's on their day-to-day talk. I guarantee that someone black can't go through the day without using the word one time. So they get mad when someone else uses the word. I'll digress on the word. So that she puts a compilation together. She posts it and says, this is why. Making it out as he's some kind of racist. Come on, man. I'm going to call it what it is. Making it out if it's something else. Completely out of context. But this is the next part that's really, really, really important.
We know how social media can be. Things can be doctored. People are taken out of context.
She said things could be doctored, people could be taken out of context. You just did it. You literally just did it. You put up snippet videos of him using a word while in explanation in a non-derogatory way. A non-derogatory way. You just did it. But she's saying, oh, I know people can change things around and blah, blah, blah. You just did it, India Arie. Duh.
Text has happened to me many times. However, I want to be clear, in no uncertain terms, where I stand on this is that he shouldn't even be uttering the word.
Remember, she just said that. He shouldn't be uttering the word. Let me play it back because this is important. I need you guys to grasp for where I'm going with this.
He shouldn't even be uttering the word. Don't even say it under any context. Don't say it. That's where I stand. It's my right to stand there. I have always stood there. I have other feelings about it, but those are nuances that are not meant for this moment. He shouldn't even be saying it. And so, hey.
So there you have it. You heard that last part. He shouldn't be saying it. She knows that that video that she put out with them small clips of him using that N-word, the word that makes all these thugs buckle down to their knees, the word, the N-word that they use every day, daily, they perpetuate it. I thought they buried this word years ago. They created the fake funeral and act like they buried the N-word. So she just did the same thing. She doesn't want people to get her misunderstood because taking things out of context. But literally, she just perpetuated it. She took snippets of a video of him using it without giving context. And she knows what she did was going to be taken out of context, and it was wrong. It was malice. And it was malice because it's cancel culture. She wants to cancel him. She wants to paint a picture as he's some kind of racist, which is further from the truth. She knew it was wrong. That's why she said that. But here, this is my point, why I want you guys to remember that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my page. I want you guys to see, I wonder if her selective outrage is the same. Remember she said, under any circumstances, it shouldn't be said, under any circumstances. But this is what my problem is with these social justice warriors, these fake social justice warriors. They got selective outrage. They're inconsistent. There's too many hypocrisies. There's too many double standards with these people. The same people that they're so romantically in love with. Let me pull it up because I'm getting sick of this. Hold on. I don't know if I'll be able to. Need any. Hold on. I'm a player. The same people that are so romantically in love. 97% clip black folks vote Democrat. 97%. Like sheep. And they get mad when we say that they're monolithic when it comes to this political stuff. They've been voting the same way. They get lied to every single year. They got lied to again, and they act like it's the reason why people get in is because of them. I mean, you can't make it up, man. They're so romantically in love with the same party that was for, they were against desegregation. They were the party that was for the KKK. They were the party of Jim Crow law. I mean, you can't make it up. They're romantically in love. So her call to action, her selective outrage for Joe Rogan, some 12-year-old stuff that was completely taken out of context. He was actually quoting other people. He wasn't being derogatory in any way. Literally wasn't being, he was quoting other people. He was reading from other people. He was bringing up the fact that people couldn't use the word. Completely taken out of context. She uses it in a malice way to paint a picture that he's some kind of racist, and this is what the new call to action is, to cancel him. But do they feel that same way when it comes to Sleepy Joe? When Sleepy Joe is using the words? Because remember, she said under any circumstance. But where is these social justice warriors, these black KKK collective groupthinks thoughts when it comes to the man that they romantically in love with and they support and they vote for them every single time with no, they always make excuses for these people and the things that they say and they do. This man still talks like this till this day. This is Joe Biden right here reading off abstracts was of someone else quoting, uttering the literal word that buckles these thugs to their knees.
Any more nigger big shots? Already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots. Already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots. Already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots.
Help me understand.
Already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots.
Help me understand your selective outrage. Literally, help me understand your selective outrage. Where was your outrage all these years? It's just convenient now that they're trying to cancel Joe Rogan. You're going to throw this malice wrench in there when you know that he was reading same abstract, no different than what Joe Biden did, but you'll call to action and paint a malice picture as if someone's racist of some sort. But yet you won't do that to Joe Biden. The man that told you you ain't black if you don't vote for him. He's literally doing the same thing. He uttered the word that buckles y'all to y'all knees. But I ain't done with you, India Arie. I'm not done with you. I'm not done with you. You know why? I'm not done with you. You know why? Because you also were coveting. You coveted. You were worrying about the deals that Spotify does. Did it ever occur to you that maybe Spotify, based off their investments, if the company is able to continue to thrive so that it can pay the dividends that it has set for people that put music on their platform? Isn't that the company's right? Right? But here's where you're coveting. You're worrying about what another man's doing. You even said, pull your music and your podcast show off of Spotify. Take me off. My question to you, India Arie, did it ever occur to you that Joe Rogan, he's #1 in the world. He gets over 11 million downloads. People want to hear what he has to say. He got more viewership than a lot of these fake news medias have at their prime time. The guy has got, it's an amazing show. It's interesting to watch, which is why he's #1. Did it ever occur to you maybe that's why he got a $100 million contract? Do you have 11 million people downloading your music? Or not even your music, listening to your podcast? No. Man, I ain't going to rant on this no more. With that being said, y'all get my point. There's no need to kick a dead horse. You get my point. I'm sick of the selective outrage. I'm sick of the hypocrisy. I'm sick of the double standards. I'm sick of it. I just am. I'm sick of it. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. I do answer all my comments. Guys, I don't ask for much. I'm working on the website so I can provide more merch. I'm revamping it. If you typed in and looked for my website, that is why it hasn't popped up, because I'm actually revamping the website and just getting better merchandise to provide for people. But I don't ask for anything from anybody. The only thing that I do ask, which doesn't cost you a single dime, is just to like, comment, share, and subscribe. With that being said, your boy Craig, that's going to always continue to keep speaking the truth, is out. Peace.
Yeah, oi. You're old.